So here's a bathroom remodel update. Didn't really do too much, but I already showed you that this is hardened, and I found out a way to easily clean this. I got some solution here. It's called sulfamic acid crystals. I just have to mix it with water and then spray it on here, and it basically kind of dissolves the thin set and makes it more like easier to take off and just, you know, but you have to be careful not to touch it. But anyway, I'm working on this right now. I just dry fitted the wood to go so that it goes to surrounds the mirror. This is not quite level, this horizontal part. I had to get a clip here and then some other stuff going on here. And I didn't necessarily, I actually was able to sister this one on, you know, basically it's a scab for the stud behind it. So that's kind of cool. Yeah, I'm about to dry fit this in and then screw it on. Might as well show you my process of doing that. So I already know enough that I'm going to have enough like wood space for the fasteners, because this is going to be 2-inch fasteners. So yeah, here we go. So when I push it in, it actually doesn't squeeze the cables too much, the electrical cables. So we're all good with that. I'm not worried about that. You might think we should be worried, but I'm actually not really. I don't think I should be worried, but and so basically the whole thing just kind of hugs the surround of it, and I'm more or less trying to put it up against, center it, but I guess in this case, I'm gonna try to just make it fit, so whatever I gotta do to make that happen. Because you can't go to it can't be to the right too much. So that was one of the issues I was having. But that's not a bad thing. It's just because like there's like that brackets in the way and stuff like that, so it's all good. I just want to make sure, it doesn't seem like it's going in all completely flush with the surface, but we're doing our best here. But I'll make it fit, so whatever I got to do that. So basically, I'm just gonna leave it like this, and then I'm gonna get the screws. This is like the easiest part of the job, and then caulk it once where there's like areas that need it. But I'll be back in a second. Yeah, so the screws are. They're 2-inch long, and they just require a typical Phillips number 2, I think. Phillips number 1, I don't know. But just gonna go ahead and take this current one out. It's like it was a ghost or something. I'm like, what the hell's going on here? No, it wasn't like that, but God damn it. I just flung out of nowhere. Okay, so putting this in, Phillips 2, yeah. So I have the screws here, and I'm basically just going to try to, there's no magnetism on that, I don't think. Shit. Okay, so this doesn't really want to do its job right now, but it's all good. So I'm just going to squeeze it in as much as I can. And basically, the back is the only part I think I can get. The other parts, not so much. Even then, that was like wimpy. I guess these screws don't really. No, it doesn't work for the smaller holes. I think they want you to install this a certain way. That's the issue. So I'm just going to put it in the bigger hole, and because I think the smaller screws are don't get me wrong, the ones that have a smaller diameter, I think are actually don't have are not 2 inches long, they're too short. So I have to, that's why I wanted to get these, use these. These are the ones that came with the, the items, so it's not the worst thing in the world if it doesn't seem like it's completely on there, but that first screw really did it. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can use the other ones. So even though, yeah, it's true that like my calculations were for 2 inches, I think this would still work. Let's just see. Okay. Yeah, okay, cool. And then I'm gonna get the other ones in there. I think it may not work on this side. I don't know, I don't remember what I did to calculate it. I don't remember. But it seems to have enough space in there. So I don't know what I was thinking. I don't remember what I did for the calculation, but shit, I don't even remember. But it's all good because it's actually screwing into that. So just because there's actually enough space in between, like somehow it just barely has enough, maybe a little bit more than what's there, but like for example in this case, maybe it's because I slid it to the left a little bit more, maybe that's why. So on this side it may not be able to take those fasteners. Now, in fact, I should be able to just go up against it, because my calculations were like, okay, well if you have anywhere between 1 and 3/4 and 2 inches, you're good. So it looks to me like this may not make it, maybe just barely. I mean, these are probably, and that was based off of a more conservative assumption. So I think this is a more suitable situation. But yeah, so these are 1.5 inches. So inevitably, it's going to work in some areas. It may not work in others because of the calculation. But these main 4 screws are what are really what's going to do it. In fact, I think I'm running into a problem here because, well, the screw won't work in that case because actually the wood backing that I just put on there is I trimmed it off, so because it's hard to explain, but it's actually not in that area, so I can't use that side of that particular corner, unfortunately. But I should be able to get in here. And the good thing about this being exposed is that the great thing about this being exposed, because this is exposed right here, like the sliver of exposure. Great thing about that is I actually get to see if it's actually in there or not. So, you know, I think the calculation was more conservative. So now, meaning that I assumed that the studs that I put in were going to be a little bit wider than they are now. So there is some give. Maybe it's not quite the same as I thought. So, yeah, I should be able to do this. Oh yeah. Okay, I got that one in. It started bending a little bit, so. And then this, I really want to overdo it to some extent because it's just like, if I don't, I feel like something's not gonna go right. Okay, here's the next one. With the wood backing. So yeah, I mean, you mainly want to just get them in there so that it has a, so that when it swings, it doesn't try to wobble or anything. You want it to be pretty good. So, and it's supposed to lock in place as it swings. So, I mean, sort of, I guess. I actually don't know how this works, but it looks like there's a hinge connector, and maybe that might be broken because it's not all the way in, or I should say, yeah, I think it was loosened up a little bit. So I'm actually going, it's good that I know how to do a lot of this stuff, because I was like, something didn't seem right. I'm just gonna go ahead and tighten it. Let's see. Oh, it might be this one. Ah, shit. What is going on here? I have no idea. So it looks like that doesn't go in. Oh, okay, cool. Now that one seems loose. Okay, now that one's good. Maybe it just loosens really easily. Oh, shit. I take this one off. Wow, that's pretty cool. It's a hinge one. The hinge is kind of weird, but... And this is not perfectly plumb either, so I think I need to do something about that, because I just put the fasteners in, so... Now, yeah, I could worry about that, but I don't really need to too much. Yeah, it's not plumb. So if I did that, I'm just looking at perspective, and then I did that, yeah, I screwed up. I did it go right up against it, so... Try to get right up against it and then just start to drill. Okay. See, one of the issues is that this thing wants to get out of place so easily. So I'm just gonna have to use another one, because the other one is like just went in the sink. And anyway, let's see if I can just get this, like, maybe this is why I was having issues or something. We got it. Okay. Cool. Yeah, maybe this was not the right way to install this thing, because shit. Oh shit, now that doesn't want to. I think I stripped it out. You know what, I'll probably do that later, as long as everything's kind of in there. Come on, bitch. Come on. Okay. Yeah, this one kind of stripped out. I don't want to. Alright, well, as long as those 4 screws are in there, we're good to go for now. I'm gonna, as long as we have that backing, that's what matters. Alright, this was a comprehensive, well, a small project, but it was crucial to get it out of the way. Now, it could be that these holes are actually there not for extra support. It could out. So maybe I'm doing the wrong thing, but it's okay. We'll figure it out later. But because you have to install some shelves in here, so I think there's separate screws for that. But anyways, thanks for watching.